Live. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening and welcome to Aproko Hour. Thank you so much for joining us. You know how we do on the show. We come here and put the world to rights. We talk about everything that's been happening throughout the week. Not just because we like doing Aproko, but just because we can and you guys love it. Thank you so much for joining us. You can call in anytime, as always, and join us. The number to dial is 0330 998 1261. Again, the number is 0330 998 1261. And you're going to need an access code to dial in when you join us, but the number to call. Wow, okay. I've just lost the number now. Oh, wow, okay. Cool. Right, okay. So the number to call if you're calling from the UK is zero. Ooh, wow. Okay. I keep losing this screen. Okay, great. So if you're calling from the UK, the number to dial is 0330 998 1261. If you're calling from the US, you need 712-770-4032. And if you're calling from Nigeria, you need the number 14405024. And again, in every instance, you need to put in the access code 264812. Right. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get started. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing? Hello? Yes? Okay, great. Now, I don't know if you have been following the news in the UK, but I'm sure you've heard about the Manchester bombing that happened earlier on this week. It is very, very sad. It's a whole bunch of kids that went to a concert. Ariana Grande was playing, and there was a bomb targeted at the concert goers, and it was all mostly young children and teenagers that got hurt. Um, Really, really sad. So we've kind of been in mourning a little bit in the UK, and the headlines have been very, very bad. I don't necessarily want to dwell on it, but the part that I do want to talk about is the UK. So there's a lot of people that have been saying that um, the what do they call them again? They call them something specific, like the Muslim leaders um, have not been doing enough to denounce the violence that is done in the name of the religion. And I was looking around all over the news, and I was trying to find something from a Muslim leader somewhere, or a huge protest, or just anything that was, you know, very moving, that sort of just, that basically went against what these people were doing, and I couldn't find anything. I don't know if that's the case with the UK one. Sorry, UK, US, Rachel. Mm, mm, yeah. Right. Okay. I understand. But then I get where you're coming from in terms of should every socioeconomic group then be standing up if something is, if someone like them commits a crime. But if they committed that crime in the name of that socioeconomic group, then maybe. Like, so if someone comes out and says, okay, I'm killing all straight people because we gay people believe that all straight people need to die, I think in that instance, other gay people would need to stand up and say, no, that's not true. We don't think straight people need to die. And same if, black people were killing white people in the name of blacks and said that, well, considering that you held us in slavery for hundreds of years, we're now going to kill you. That's what being black is killing white people. I think in that instance, I would definitely speak up and go, no, I don't hate you. What happened happened. Slavery was evil. You know it was evil, and let's move on. That kind of stuff. That's the way I see it. Yeah. Yeah. True. True. Mm. Of course. I mean, that's the thing as well, is the not having value for life, the kind of that whole, you don't understand empathy, or what you must feel like for other people, and why. And the other thing as well is even the belief that that violence is justified, not just because there are people that have never done anything to you, um but just because of the fact that they were kids. This were mostly kids in there. I don't care what anybody says, but I mean, it's like as if you're blowing up parliament now, and sort of saying, oh, the politicians that are making all these rules and everything. That's slightly different. But what is killing a child going to have? What's that going to achieve for that cause? Well, that's the thing. How does that get their cause? How does that achieve anything for the cause? Killing an 8-year old, and then you're going to go to your God and you're going to say, "Yeah, I murdered an 8-year old. I want 40 virgins." I'm trying to understand how that's going to work exactly. Can you imagine that? I don't know where they think these virgins are going to be coming from. It's just again, it comes down to that. I don't even understand. I don't even understand. So after the virginship has finished, do you get another 40? What happens? What happens in that instance? I mean, see, that's true. Mm, mm. Mm. Well, see, this is the thing is I don't think it's just a case of they just hate their lives. I think the kind of people that can get convinced to hate people so much that you're willing to take your own life so you can kill them, they were never right to begin with. They can never have been people that were right to begin with. One, they tend to be the younger people because who has not had any time to understand life, who has never understood that you will go through difficulties. That is a standard. Life is not meant to be rosy. It's not a freaking computer that you type out a whole bunch of words, and if a word is misspelled, you can respell it, delete, backspace, go back, redo it, and everything. It doesn't work that way in life. So that's what I don't think they understand is that life is going to be difficult because you're not the popular person in school doesn't mean shit because you don't seem to be able to make friends. It happens. There's a lot of loners who are billionaires right now who started a business who you just walk through life. People go through difficulties, and it's that whole conception that goes, oh yes, I feel so unfair, life has disappointed me, life has not given me what you want. It's all these people that believe that the world owes them something, that the universe owes them something, that life owes them something, and then you don't get it, and someone tells you you can go to heaven and go and get all these joyous and wonderful things if you just blow yourself up along with a whole bunch of people. It's just stupid. Mm, yeah, that's true. Mm, exactly. And the thing is, I, I, which is just sad because it just means we're heading for an even worse and darker time. Because for me, I understand clearly that not everyone that meets me is gonna like me, and to be honest, I'm fine with that. The people that like me are enough. There aren't enough hours in the day for me to spend time and communicate with the people that I like and like me. So exactly, exactly. Again, it comes down to that whole social media thing where there are people who are on social media who need to keep up an appearance because everyone needs to start liking their page and pressing like so that you can click on that thumbs up and whatnot. And I'm thinking, but you know, again, it's and then they come into real life and they realize that actually all the people that are just pressing like all they're seeing is that snapshot in that moment and they like it. When they actually get to know you, they think you're a right ass. So I don't. Yeah, it's gonna be very sad. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even care about real people following me, let alone a machine somewhere, an automated whatever somewhere. I just feel like why? What do you care what happens in my life? Why do I care to follow what happens in your life? Mind your business. Yeah, that's the other thing as well is, and this over westernized. How are they the ones that dictate what thing is westernized? That's the other thing as well is, there are mobile phone companies in Saudi Arabia. There are people on Instagram and whatnot. How does that define that it's westernized? How is having using social media westernized? It's just this misconception that white people bring everything, uh every new type of stuff, so it must be western. The It could have easily have started from anywhere in the world. It could have started from South America or something. Mm, exactly. Yeah. Mm, exactly. Yeah, the lives of their family, everyone, people, even people that when they were never there could get impacted by this, and it is just so sad. Mm. I mean, there is still um ripple effects from 9/11, as in the individual person's life, in the day-to-day life of the individual people. You only need one thing to go wrong, or one someone who is Muslim to look at you wrong on the day you get fired or something, and you just rail on them, and you beat them till they're dead, and you start screaming 9/11 and everything, because there's already that initial hatred that is in there somewhere in the corners of your mind, and it only takes some things to bring it out and let it be full blown. It's just sad. It's absolutely sad, and it's absolutely disgusting. And the worst thing about it is the people who are actually at the top of these terrorist organizations, they know they are not doing it for religion. They know they're not doing it because they want Westerners to convert to Islam. They know that. That's not what they're doing it for. They're doing it because they use it to control socioeconomic things that gets them money. An environment, a place they want to destroy. Exactly, exactly, exactly. And that's what they get out of it. Anyway, they do. They want a certain area to go down, or to. You know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if these ones that supposedly blew up something in Manchester, maybe they don't even have anything to do with Islam per se. Maybe it's a rich developers that need to have that property developed. All they just need to do is convince a few people, and that's it. It's they, you're not looking at them where you're supposed to. You're kind of just still following. It's terrorists, but it's because these people have been blowing people up and cutting their head off in on TV. Anything that then happens, you want to believe that they did it. Anyway, before I ramble on into conspiracy theories, um, let's move on to the next story. So, Roger Moore, Bond, James Bond, died this week. Sadly. Uh, eh? Oh my God! You didn't. He's my favorite Bond. He is my favorite. Oh, Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan. Roger Moore was the third James Bond. So there was Sean Connery, there was George Lazenby. George Lazenby only did one, and then there was Roger Moore. He had a good run as well. I can't remember how many James Bond movies he did, but maybe like six, seven or so. Um Before there was then Timothy Dalton, then Pierce Brosnan did it. Ah, I am a Bond fan. I love Bond. I don't like the new Bond though. I haven't the Daniel Craig Bond. I've maybe watched. I only end up mistakenly watching the movies that he did. I watched the very first one enthusiastically. By the time the second one came around, I wasn't interested. He's not a fun Bond for me at all. Roger Moore was a fun Bond. He was one of those ones that he was a gorgeous man. He knew he was gorgeous as Bond and he played with it. He had fun. He was a jokey kind of Bond. He was one of those ones that would just make those jokey comments, and you just sort of like you just crack up. He was my favorite Bond, and um, unfortunately, he died this year. I believe he died at the age of 90. I believe he was 90 when he died. It's 89, yes. Yeah, he's an October baby as well, so he only had a few months to become 90. Um, but yeah, we will miss him. Actually, I think he's also maybe the first Bond to die. I think he's the first Bond actor to die. Yeah, because Sean Connery is still here, and all the others, I'm sure. Maybe George Lazenby. Maybe George Lazenby died as well. I don't know. I haven't. I don't really follow him. Like I said, he only did one. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, yeah, no, he's still alive. So he's the first Bond to die. Um, it's such a shame. Very sad. But it's pointless me asking you that question. Then, who your favorite Bond was? Great. Oh my God, Rachel, you are is that's just so sad. You need to go and get acquainted with Bond movies, my dear. It is, it's just you need to watch some that Roger Moore did. You just need to. I mean, seriously. And funny enough, it wasn't just Bond that he did that I really liked him in. He played the Saint on TV. There was a TV show called The Saint. Almost kind of like a cop, yeah, a policeman slash spy type movie, TV show as well. So he was really good. And I don't know. I just loved him. He was the Bond that I loved the most. He was the Bond that I loved the most, and I think he did it from like maybe 1970 70 something to yeah about 1980. Uh, you should. Uh, Anyway, I'm smiling now because I just think of some of the things he says. He was such a gorgeous man as well. One of those. He was one of the first white men that growing up. I was very very young. Was one of the first white men, and I thought, "Ooh, he's gorgeous." I thought, "Oh, he's a handsome man." All right then, okay, I can work with that. Maybe it's because it was James Bond. No, this is totally bimbo. This is totally bimbo because this is before Carmen was ever conceived, born, seen, known. When Carmen was still a twinkle in her parents' eyes. Um, he was yeah. So I was still a kid, but I quite liked him, and I think yeah, he was pretty good. But it's such a shame. We'll definitely miss him. In fact, I want to watch. I want to watch the what's his name? If they're gonna show his funeral, I'd want to watch it. He did Bond for such a long time, for over 10 years. He was James Bond for over 10 years. It was yeah, yeah. I mean, the ones that did the longest ones were Sean Connery and Roger Moore. Even Pierce Brosnan. I think Pierce Brosnan only ended up doing like what? like 4 or 5, and most of the ones he did were remakes. Yeah, he didn't do that many. And Timothy Dalton only did 2 or 3 or something. So it wasn't that great. Um, but yeah, he was one of the longest running. Anyway, let's move on from Gabond. I'll go do more research later. Rachel, I'm disappointed in you. You should go and cover your face in shame. You should. Uh, yeah, I get what you mean. So this woman, Kachi Nzama, from Zambia, yeah, Zambia, I believe. Is she South African? No, I don't think she's South. Is she South African? Uh, yeah, true. She was celebrating. They showed her doing a dancing in her bra and whatnot, celebrating that she got a visa to go to Nigeria. Now, obviously, initially, the parts that me I'm even laughing about are the comments that was made. Um, they're just ridiculously funny. You should just see what some people were saying on Twitter. So someone was saying, what was it? Where's the one there? I'm trying to find the one that he said something and the woman just gave back to him. Um, oh, oh yeah. He said, "Be dancing until you enter Nigeria and think you landed in Somalia as soon as you arrive." She now said, "Have you been to Somalia? Or are you tweeting?" It's a Nigerian guy, I think. Maybe not a Nigerian guy, but whatever it is. The guy was saying that when she lands, she will realize she's landed in Somalia. That what she dancing for. So she's telling him that, "Have you ever been to Somalia? Or are you tweeting through the hole in your behind? That don't you dare badmouth African countries." Um, and apparently the woman is doing this whole thing about breaking borders in Africa, where she's going to be. It's they're using it to kind of sorry. Yes, yes. So she's going to be traveling through several countries, and I'm actually interested in going to go and read more about her and what her travels have been like and everything. So we'll see how that goes. But it just brings me back to this thing where has been happening a lot, where people on social media don't joke. They don't joke. You just need to say one thing, they'll just fire you back like seven. You don't have someone who say that, they'll make a comment to go, oh, maybe they say something very stupid. There was one that I saw where the girl was, she, in her picture, she was sort of saying, oh, that, fat people that wear crop tops um just look like Winnie the Pooh. Exactly, that she'd lose all the weight if you walk the distance between the girl's eyebrows. And I just cracked up. That is some mean stuff. But people don't joke on social media. You just need to say something and they just demolish you very quickly. Exactly, because you will post it and next thing, yeah, exactly, because you just post it and people will just finish you completely. And some of these things, I think they're very well deserved. I don't even know who comes up with them, but I absolutely enjoy how they do that. So I'm trying to remember. There's another one that happened a few weeks back. I'm trying to remember what it was, but to be honest, I can't. When it happened, it was very funny, and I thought, oh, great, and everything. But I can't think of it now anymore. Um, Sorry. I think this was on. It probably was on Twitter, and then someone just posted it on Instagram, as they do, because the other part is it now goes viral. So, so someone you say something, someone replies, and they're like, "Oh my god, quick, quick, screenshots, Instagram it, retweet it, re-YouTube it, everything." And then before you know it, it's gone round, and seven people have sent it to you without them realizing that that's your Twitter handle. It's deleted, yeah. Well, one thing that I don't actually, I can't be bothered to do is I took myself off Twitter. So as much as um I have a Twitter handle, but I don't really use it, and I I can't understand going on Twitter and be typing. Well, I mean, I get the general gist of it, but I don't use it either. I think it just well, there's just too many crazy people on there. I mean, yeah. See, even the fact that Donald Trump is even on Twitter and he tweets as much as he does, I'm already off it. I don't even want to know. I can't. Oh, speaking of Donald Trump, have you seen the memes that have been going around about him with all the visit that he's been doing? His visit to the Pope. Nah, man, sorry. She married. She's the first lady. They put themselves out in public. Yeah, but then they also did a whole photo comparison of when Obama met the Pope and how the Pope and Obama were just laughing and cracking up with other archbishops and everything. Whereas when it was Trump's turn, the Pope just looked. He had a sour face on him, like someone that shit in his cereal. Exactly, as in Kia, quick, 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 Kia, Kia, Kia. I don't even want to be doing this with you. Yeah, of course. Now there's that one. They did a video of him where they kind of like as they had him standing next to the Pope, and then they did a fake picture of someone, just the hands. It's just a video of the hands of Donald Trump trying to hold the Pope's hand, and the Pope smacked his hand away. But they weren't showing them. It wasn't real because they weren't showing their faces. But it was just ridiculously funny. But I think it was great though. Yeah, and then and the guy that shot Ronald, John Hinckley Jr., the one that shot Ronald Reagan, on Twitter. showing a picture of him being released from psychiatric hospital. And obviously, someone had already tweeted very quickly, I hope you're ready to go back because we need him again. So basically, you killed one president, we need you to kill another one. So, yeah, better that you're going to be going back. Exactly. Exactly. So you told him, I hope you're ready to go back because we need him again. Uh, Twitter people are just dangerous. That's the other thing as well. That's one of the reasons why I can never take all these internet things so seriously because, to be honest, people just take something seemingly simple, innocent, and they just demolish it. They just kill it. Absolutely ridiculous. True. Yeah. They get what? Sorry. Really? Oh my god. But I don't understand what I don't understand about Twitter is I have a thought in my head. If I'm talking to someone, I'll probably just okay have that conversation with them and talk to them about it. Why do I then grab my phone, write it down, send it out to everyone, and say, okay, I want to share my thoughts with you. Then the next 25 minutes, I want to share my thoughts with you again. Or an hour later, I want to share my thoughts with you. I mean, seriously, who has time for that? Yeah. Mm, yeah, I get a little bit bored of that. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. Speaking of Twitter, another story that made the rounds this week is um, some guy, an author called Mason Cross. He put a picture of his daughter doing a what's it called again? No, she filled out a questionnaire in school, and he took a picture of what his daughter actually wrote. So he said, my daughter actually submitted this feedback at her school. Not sure if I should ground her or buy her ice cream. So the question, one of the questions asked, things my teacher or teachers can do better. And she replied, and you can see her pens, everything written in pencil. She said, not use collective punishment as it is not fair on the many people who did nothing. And under the 1949 Geneva Conventions, it is a war crime. So basically, this 11-year-old kid just accused her teacher and his school of war crime. I think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's absolutely amazing. Like, you can just imagine if you're the teacher and you get that paper and you read it. I'm sure you first just follow your ass. Yeah, she does have a point, and it's true. And you know what? The girl, I'm sure, probably in her mind, she's just sort of really. They asked her a question. She's coming up with what she believes is a very valid answer to the question that they've asked her. So, so whatever the response might be, I'm sure she's just be thinking, why are all these people acting crazy? But it's true though. Technically, as far as she's seeing it, is in black and white that you shouldn't do collective punishments and stuff like that. So she's written that down. And then somebody was now saying that, oh my god, that girl should run from prime minister. He said, oh, Ava for prime minister. The girl's name is Ava. She's 11-year-old. And someone on Twitter now replied, and one of the things they said was Ava for prime minister. And her father said, well, she has actually considered it, but already decided it would be too much hard to go into politics. Oh my god, that is an amazing kid. That's the kind of kid that I think I would just love to have a chat with. She's absolutely amazing. So that one too blew up Twitter. That post of the questionnaire and her response has been liked by over 400,000 people, and that was still earlier on in the week. Over 400,000 times on Twitter, it's been liked. I can understand liking that kind of stuff. That was absolutely ridiculously funny. In fact, I want to meet the girl. I want to meet the girl. I bet the girl is now going to. Well, maybe depending on what she's allowed to do, she might end up having her own Twitter handle now, and you just be like, next minute you be like, oh, Ava said this, Ava said that. Well, people are always capitalizing on doing things like that. You know, like to share, yeah, mm, and I like the fact that he's saying, I'm not sure if I should ground her or buy her ice cream. And in the end, they showed her with ice cream. And he's saying, well, the people have spoken. They spoke for her. She got ice cream. She's not getting grounded. I think that's absolutely. Yeah. I remember when I sent this out earlier. Rachel was like, she'd get the ice cream, but I'll tell her, Princess, book is good, and I'm proud of you, but it's only your teacher you can try that breakdance with. Oh. Give me any of that lip, you will soon know Holocaust. Oh my god! I think it's all it's all right. You can do that with your teacher in school and all of them, but if you come to the house and come and be doing that stuff, I'll show you. Say, Abby. No, I really like that. I really like that. Now that kind of tweets I can definitely watch. I can definitely read a lot of. There's this Twitter handle called Honest Toddler, and it's written in perspective of a toddler. So everything the toddler writes is kind of like, okay, it might be something as ridiculous as so mommy planned on going out in her pristine white dress today. Little did she know, I I have a surprise for her. I did a poop earlier and rubbed it all on my hands and went for a hug or something stupid like that. Like you just see from the toddler's perspective, okay, oh, you people thought you were gonna get a good night's sleep. They have a glass of wine each and everything. So I wait for them to have sat down and I just started crying. And there they were running up, leaving the wine, coming to take care of me and various things like that. And when you read it like that, you just sort of think that kind of thought. You not show up exactly. Exactly. And you just say just weird phrase things like that. So you might say, okay, I do chores, but I'm pretty sure minors need a work permit or things. Or please don't claim to love someone if you regularly hide from them in the bathroom. They like how some parents will just go and hide in the bathroom. Yeah. Sorry. E- Exactly, exactly. And I think that the Twitter handle might actually belong to it's a Nigerian woman, that does it. Does She's called Bumi Laditon. What's Bumi Lad? I'm trying to see. Mm, yeah, Bumi Laditon. Yeah, and she's just written a book as well. So I think I love Honest Toddler. I think it's just absolutely goes to go. Yeah. To what? Six babies. Yeah, was it six babies? The one that she and her husband didn't have a job and they were begging them to for help and stuff like that. Was it? Oh, in Virginia. Oh, okay. No, it was the one I'm talking about. They're actually in Nigeria. This one happened a few weeks ago. So she gave birth to six babies in Virginia. Wow, man, you knew that was going to be working forever, anyway. Yeah, sorry, Rachel, we keep losing you. Um, 6K. Mm, that's going to be very difficult. I just keep reading some of Honest Toddler's posts because I haven't been on it for a while. Um, and it's just things like this that just makes me love it. Um, so Honest Toddler says, if not for coffee and breakfast burritos, 99% of adults would stay in bed indefinitely. I love it. Said adults, stop taking sunrise so personally. You haven't been attacked. It's called a new day. Oh god, I love it. When I, oh my god, I love it. Said when I throw public tantrums, mommy tells people my exorcism didn't take. It's I love that. Uh, I think well, we'll see. I think it just sounds better coming from a toddler though. There's one here that says, this whole this whole unicorn Starbucks unicorn thing that came out, the unicorn Starbucks drink. So yeah, but there was a few weeks back there was this unicorn frappuccino type thing that came up, that came out at Starbucks, and people were just taking pictures and tweeting and whatnot. So Honest Toddler is saying, I wonder if somewhere there is a unicorn drinking a human frappuccino. Bet it tastes like Netflix and death because they all keep drinking unicorn frappuccino. Oh my god, I know she's absolutely ridiculous. He said, I just think it's funny how unicorn smoothies are fine, but you eat 2 to 3 butterflies and you're a monster. Sorry? I know, right? But then the other thing is you can't really hate on what it says because it's being said from the point of a toddler. Yeah, cool. Anyway, that's I now that I've gone on to it, I'm going to try and take my eyes off it because this is what Twitter will do sometimes. If you get a really good one, you just get sucked into it, and you look up and sunlight has gone, and it's night, and you don't know what you've done with your life. Yeah. I am. Yes, I am. Why? No, we're not a season behind. No, the new season is yeah, we watched the current season. So we're waiting on season what, 6 now or 7? 7, yeah. I think it's 7, yeah. There's an official trailer. Oh my god. Ah, I haven't seen the official trailer. Oh. I need to go watch it. Really. With you mean with the dragons flying? Ah, right, okay. Exactly. As in like seriously, dude. Well, Well, that's what some people plan on doing. It's like someone that said they've never watched Game of Thrones before. People were like, ah, now's the time for you to binge watch it. Mm, yeah, she said she never watched Game of Thrones, and I'm looking at her thinking, are you an alien? What is wrong with you? I just, well, I think I defriended her. Okay, maybe. Mm, mm, yeah. Mm, yeah, I know. I've never read the book though. I guess the thing is, I can watch the show, but I can't read that kind of genre of book. But I can watch it. That's one of the key things for me. I don't read that whole genre of books. Sorry. Mm, I think fantasy slash sci-fi ones are the only ones I can't read. Everything else, in fact, I'd read. Yeah, anything else I can read. Comic books, everything I can read that except for that. Mhm. Exactly. Mm. Yeah, the drama. Yeah. Mm. I can do drama for anything. I can do drama for anything in the world. Yeah, I love kind of crime fictions. Love those. True crime. Love those. Um, and then I can read anything else except for maybe I'll even read psychology books and all of that stuff. Ones that are kind of written almost novel like and self help. Not necessarily for the self help, but just because, to get me reading something. But anyway, we've kind of talked on and we are pretty much at the end of the show. Wow. Okay, I didn't think we had enough to discuss. I know. What is wrong with all of them? Where have they gone? It was really dry. I don't understand where everyone has gone. They need to come back. We need them to be making a fool of themselves so that we can talk about it. They can't be behaving themselves. It's unacceptable. Abby. Exactly. Well, anyway, we have come to the end of the show. Oof. Thank you very much. It has been fun. Rachel, thank you for calling in. It's been great. We'll definitely will be back next week, Wednesday, on the Talking Drum. Make sure you join us. Say good night, Rachel. Yay! Good night.